I recently went to 3 conventions in 3 days in 3 different states. Now when I say 3 different days, I don't mean consecutively. I'm not an insane person. Well, not completely. First up in Girard, Ohio is Toyhio. If you didn't get the fact that it's in Ohio. But it's a large toy convention. We decided to wear our Ghostbusters flight suits, and the first thing we came across was the Ghostbusters Firehouse. And since it's a retro toy convention, we made it a mission to find the most 90s toy. We saw wrestlers, Ninja Turtles, old posters, even VHS tapes.
I mean, look at this. This was one wave of action figures in the 90s. These all came out at the same time. Incredible.
We had a debate. Which toy was more 90? This Michael Jordan Ninja Turtle or this Space Ghost toy?
So you think that's the most 90s action figure?
Yes, if you were a fan of cartoons in the 90s and you watched not the original Space Ghost series, that was from the 60s, this Space Ghost Coast to Coast from 19... It comes with a desk. Basically, that's a Jay Leno superhero action figure is what it is. This is nickel poisoning Magneto. It's got too much nickel.
Wait, flip it over to the back.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a back.
It fell off because all the nickel.
What's the most 90s game?
VCR board game.
James Bond Jr.
What's the best part about that?
I don't know. What is?
Toys R Us.
At one point, I ran into AIW announcer and my good buddy, Pedro DeLuca, at the AIW booth. We were having a blast, reminiscing about old toys.
Why stop there when you can get Ozempic Darth Vader?
These cups do look pretty sweet.
Yeah, I love drinking grape juice out of them.
Even talking about old cartoons we watched, like The Toxic Crusader.
It's a shame that they didn't make a second season.
Yeah, or just more. Like I just liked it.
So, funny story about Lloyd Kaufman autographs.
Yeah.
He was in the movie Suburban Legends.
Yeah, so was I.
When I met him, I got him to sign my copy.
That's cool.
DVD.
That's actually really cool. Head flipping and temporary tattoos was very popular in the 90s.
Were you a Pink Ranger guy or Yellow Ranger?
Definitely Pink Ranger.
I was a Yellow Ranger guy.
Yellow Ranger guy?
Yeah.
That explains so much.
Yeah.
So when you're a Tauntaun and you fall on hard times,
This is where you go.
this is where you go.
I think I did find the most 90s toy.
Oh yes. Ninja Turtles basketball handheld. Definitely.
We were having such a good time.
I didn't know they made my Aunt Patty as a figure. Here it is. Collector's edition.
Being a huge gamer, I found a booth that was selling video games.
I got Street Fighter 2 for Switch, and
Is it good?
So I was like, dude, I have not played this game in like 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Played with my nephew, who's 5.
Did he kick your ass?
He kicked my ass.
Yeah.
I believe that should come with a fanny pack.
I agree. And you got to get the annoying kid from Jurassic Park.
And then we found it.
I take back what I said with the one Ninja Turtles with the Michael Jordan as the most 90s figure. This is the most 90s figure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to have trolls.
Toyhio also had AEW wrestler Luchasaurus as a guest. I got a picture of him chokeslamming me, and then he signed my Jurassic Express figure. Also from AEW was Sky Blue, and she was incredible as well. After Toyhio, Andrew and I were feeling a little hungry, so of course we had to visit Pizza Hut Classic. And to answer your question, we kept the flight suits on.
How many books did you read this summer?
Not enough. No free personal pan pizza for me, unfortunately.
We have to pay the $4.99
We
to
got
get
to
it.
pay the...
Pizza Hut Classic is always a fun, nostalgic trip, but might I say, Pizza Hut has the best salad bar. We had our salads, our personal pan pizzas, and our time there was all that in a bag of chips. That's a 90s phrase. Next up was HorrorRealm in Pittsburgh, PA. I've been to Pittsburgh many times, but this was my first time at this convention. This was another great horror con. They had masks, bunch of collectibles, handmade artwork, shirts, and one of them was Shazam. You know, the fake Sinbad movie? This booth had rare VHS. Even found Vice Academy. Have you ever seen Vice Academy? I did, because Linnea Quigley's in it.
Their eyes blow in the dark.
After shopping, it was time to meet the guests. I met Tiffany Shepis. She was blown away that I got her to sign my copy of Romeo and Juliet. I told her I loved her performance in Victor Crowley, and she said next time I meet Kane Hodder to just poke him in the chest. Dude legit chokes people. He may actually kill me. Getting killed by Kane Hodder, that actually is kind of awesome. And then I met my waifu, Darcy the Mail Girl. She signed my copy of Famous TNA 2. That's not a porno. We chatted for a really long time about life, wrestling, even some of the movies I'm working on. I even asked her if she wanted a part in this movie that I'm acting in. Darcy even snapped a picture of me and put it on her Instagram. And Darcy and I are officially BFFs. I noticed Lauren Lavera was there, so this was my second chance to ask her out on a date with me. I offered to wine her, dine her. You know the rest. I offered to take her to a really fine restaurant. Like Hooters. She still said no. So I struck out twice with Lauren Lavera. But you know who I didn't strike out with? Lisa Strange from Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2. She had no one in her line, so I went up to her, asked her to sign my DVD, told her I'm a big fan, that I love Prom Night 2 over the original, that she'd love to make a movie with me. The entire time, she was like rubbing my arm, and I noticed that like a line began to form. I was like, okay, let's wrap this up. There's a huge line waiting to meet you. She pulls me in close and is like, they can wait. I'm talking to you. Okay, Mary Lou. What do you want to talk about? We snapped a pic together and her right hand is exactly where you think it is. I won't say what happened next, but oh, I got a tattoo. I was walking by and I noticed this pick and stick tattoo booth. I looked at what they had and I was like, oh, this Elm Street tattoo looks pretty sweet. Next thing I know, I'm getting a tattoo.
So I just got a tattoo done from Kay, from Queen of the Sword Tattoo, and she did an amazing job. So spam the comments with "We Love Kay."
And lastly, I went to Astronomicon in Ypsilanti, outside of Detroit. Astronomicon is like a horror wrestling juggalo convention. It's put on by the guys from Twisted. Not my type of music, but we do share a lot of common interests.
I just think it's funny that there's just a bunch of golfers just trying to have a nice game of golf, and then just a whole slew of weirdos walk by just yelling whoop whoop. It's kind of fun to say whoop whoop.
And inside was this huge Twisted statue. This place was packed. Shoulder to shoulder, nut to butt. People just everywhere.
There is a shit ton of people here today.
And being around a bunch of juggalos, I just couldn't help myself.
Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop.
Trish Stratus was there, and I had to go up to her and simply say, thank you, Trish. I go to shake her hand, and then she leans in and goes, are you a wrestler? I was like, not as much now, but yeah. And then Lita came by, and the three of us were just talking about wrestling. But Trish was absolutely sweet. Then I did some shopping, and I stumbled upon more VHS, and this booth had every single Silent Night, Deadly Night movie. I also bought this Tom Atkins wrestling buddy. Doug Bradley was there. You know, Pinhead. I told him about the first time I watched Hellraiser when I was 9, and then he cut me off to say, you know, a 9-year-old really shouldn't be watching a movie about sadomasochism. I know that now, Doug, but he was incredibly funny and nice, shared a lot of stories from set. I picked up his book and he signed it for me. There also were a ton of awesome cosplays. These people put a lot of effort and time into it, and I applaud them for everything they do, because they all look amazing. But the last thing I needed to do here was to meet 252 pounds of pure motivation, the answer to all of life's problems, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and fan of my channel. That's right, say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry, we finally meet face to face. I had him sign my Major Wrestling bendy, and then I had to get the photo op with him. And there we were, two guys who were just massive fans of one another. Oh, and before I left, I had to do it one more time.
Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Bye.